Here are some things that all good readers remember. Predict what the book will be about. Ask yourself questions as you read. Try and work out difficult words. Listen to yourself as you read. Reread when you need to. Can you predict what this book is about? Click on a book feature to find out. Title. The title tells you something about the story. Can you predict what the story is about by reading the title? Illustration. The illustration on the cover of the book shows you something that is happening in the story. The picture on the front of the book shows you something you will find inside the book. What does this picture show you? What is this illustration about? Blurb. The blurb is on the back cover. It gives you a quick summary of the story. Can you predict what the story is about by reading the blurb? Table of contents. The table of contents is a list of the chapters in the story.
Grom Com Day. Written by John Carr. Illustrated by Scott Pearson. Click on the speaker on each page to hear the story read. If you need help, click on the Help button.
If you are having trouble working out a word, try these strategies. Skip the word and read on to the end of the sentence. Can you guess what the word is now? Does it make sense and sound right? Look at the start of the word. What sound do you hear when you say the first letter? Can you sound out the first 2 or 3 letters? Look at the whole word. Are there any parts you can sound out? Break the word into syllables. Reread the whole sentence. Can you think of a word now that makes sense and sounds right?
Grom Com Day. Written by John Carr. Illustrated by Scott Pearson. Contents. A Day at the Beach. Page 1. The Heat is On. Page 7. Wipeout. Page 11. Big Mel. Page 18. Doris. Surfer. Page 24. Prize Possession. Page 28. Map. Page 31. Surfing Terms. Page 32. Surf Lingo Rap. Page 34. Glossary. Page 36. Characters. Carlo. Stace. Harry. Benji. Doris. Kylie. Pumpkin. Maddie. Chapter 1. A Day at the Beach. It looks good, said Harry, reading from his laptop screen. According to Wave Rave, there's a gentle 10km/h offshore breeze and a 1.2-metre southeast swell with an orange charter boat called Tuna Schooner crossing the bar right now, I said. Harry looked up in surprise. How do you know that, Stace? He said. You haven't even got a computer. You don't need one if you're standing on the beach with your dad's binoculars, I said. Harry went back to the web to check the drawer. It was Grom Com Day at the beach. We'd all come down to watch Carlo compete. Grom Com was short for Grommet Competition. It was the biggest event in the area for young surfers, or grommets, and Carlo had a good chance of winning. Carlo waxed his board while Maddie organised the rest of us. Put the Mal between the 2 picnic tables, she said. We'll set the stall up here. Mal was the short name for a very long and very old Malibu surfboard that Benji and I had carried from his dad's shed. Maddie thought it would make a good counter for the Team Turbo sandwich stall. The sandwich stall was Maddie's idea. She decided we should raise money to save the Sumatran tigers from becoming extinct. Benji thought Sumatran tigers were a football team. "Hey, Carlo, you're in the second heat against Jimbo Phillips," said Harry. "You'll cruise it." Carlo smiled. "This is a surfing contest," he said. "Anything can happen on the day." "Yeah, just like a raft race," came a voice from the boardwalk. It was Pumpkin Patterson. He was heading towards the Grom Com tent with his board. He was still hurting after Team Turbo had beaten him in the river raft rumble, and it showed. "It's almost starting time, Carlo," he shouted. "Don't be late. I want to beat you fair and square." "You won't surf against Pumpkin till the final, if he makes it that far," said Harry. Chapter 2. The heat is on. The hooter went for the start of the first heat. "Time to go," Carlo said. "Save me a sandwich, please, Maddie." Carlo won his first 2 heats easily and made it into the semi-finals. He had loved riding waves since he was 2 years old. His experience showed today as he sliced through the swells. His board seemed faster, his turns seemed tighter, and his airs seemed higher than the other grommets. "I love the way Carlo really cranks those hard-bottom turns and nails his air to fakey re-entries," said Harry. He had just discovered a surfing dictionary on the internet. Carlo scored highly on the first wave of his semi-final. "Go, go, go!" shouted Kylie to her brother. "Go, go, go!" shouted Maddie, but she was talking to Doris and the seagulls. They were hanging around the sandwich stall, waiting for someone to drop some food. Chapter 3. Wipeout. "Here he goes again," I said, as Carlo took off down the last wave of his semi-final. He made a powerful bottom turn. He managed an aerial at the top before the wave closed out. "Oh no!" I screeched. Everyone watched Carlo as he tumbled into the wave and disappeared into the bubbling white water. Kylie was the first to break the silence. "It's okay, I can see him," she shouted as Carlo emerged from the surf. He was carrying the back half of his surfboard under his arm. The front half was 20 meters away. Carlo sat on the beach and looked at his snapped board. "That's it for another year," he said sadly. "Not yet," I said. "You're still in the final." "Yeah, but I can't surf without a board," he said. "You can use the Mal," said Maddie excitedly. She tapped the counter of her sandwich stall. Using a Malibu board in a normal surf contest would be like trying to race the space shuttle in a hot air balloon, Harry laughed. "Thanks for the idea, Maddie," Carlo said. "The Mal is much too long, slow, and heavy for me to do any of my moves. I need a real board." "Real board?" said a voice from behind a beach umbrella. "You could use mine." We all knew the voice belonged to Pumpkin Patterson, even before he came over. "But sadly, I'm using it in the Grom Com final," he laughed. "Well done on making the final," said Carlo. "I don't think I can be there." "What a pity," smirked Pumpkin. "Don't be sad. Try and be more like your surfboard and snap out of it." Pumpkin laughed loudly again at his own joke. "Oh, and Carlo, the final starts in 5 minutes. If you're not there, I'll tell the judges you've decided to quit," he said. The look in Carlo's eyes changed from sadness to anger. "Maddie," he said, "I've changed my mind. Take those sandwiches off the board." Chapter 4. Big Mel. Benji, Harry and I helped Carlo carry the Mel to the Grom Com tent. Pumpkin couldn't believe his eyes, or his luck, when we arrived. "Hey, Carlo," he scoffed. I thought you needed a surfboard, not an aircraft carrier. You won't be able to pull a tight turn on that thing without a tugboat. Carlo just smiled as he and Pumpkin paddled out. He knew he wasn't going to be a winner today, but he wasn't going to be a quitter either. As we headed back to the stall, we saw Kylie running down the beach towards us. "Doris!" she screamed. "Doris is caught in a rip!" We raced down to the water's edge. Maddie was there pointing into the waves. "Doris chased a seagull into the sea," she said. "Now she's been caught in a rip." Through the binoculars, I could see Doris's head bobbing above the water. She was struggling against the current. It was pulling her out beyond the waves. The only people in the water who were close enough to help Doris were Pumpkin and Carlo. They were too busy concentrating on the waves to notice what was going on. Pumpkin had finished a good ride and was heading back out to try again. Further out, but closer to Doris, was Carlo. He was still waiting to catch his first wave. "We have to get Carlo's attention," I said. "But how?" "Here, use my computer," said Harry. He handed his laptop to Benji. "Don't be stupid," said Benji. "I don't know his email address." "Now who's being stupid?" said Harry. "You're the tallest. Hold the laptop above your head and use the screen to reflect the sun into Carlo's eyes. When he looks up, we'll all wave and point towards Doris." Chapter 5. Doris. Surfer. It sounded silly, but we tried it, and it worked. Carlo suddenly forgot about the Grom Com and paddled straight towards Doris. We shared the binoculars and cheered as Carlo dragged Doris onto the board by her collar. Then we laughed as Carlo attached his leg rope to Doris's leg in case she decided to jump off. By now, a large crowd had formed on the beach. They weren't watching the Grom Com anymore. They were watching the rescue. There was an excited murmur as Carlo paddled the board sideways and out of the rip. Then there was a huge cheer when Carlo rode the next big wave into the shore with Doris standing on the front of the board as if nothing was wrong. Chapter 6. Prize Possession. Everyone in Team Turbo enjoyed the Grom Com prize giving, except for Doris, who was asleep. We were all proud of Carlo when he got his prize for coming second. We even cheered when Pumpkin was awarded the Grom Com trophy. "I suppose he deserved a bit of luck after what happened to him in the raft race," whispered Benji. But the biggest cheers came at the end, when the prize for the best trick of the Grom Com went to Carlo and Doris. They won for the wet dog rip mal trick they had pulled in the final. Carlo couldn't believe it. He had a smile as wide as a Malibu board when he saw the prize. It was a brand new board, a real board, the perfect board for next year's Grom Com. Map. Surfing terms. Aerial, air. The surfer and the board speed off the top of a wave and into the air. Acid drop. The surfer falls down the face of the wave. Axed. To get hit hard by a breaking wave. Barrel. Tube. The hollow tube on the inside of a wave just before it breaks. Bottom turn. A sweeping turn at the bottom of a wave at the start of a ride. Carving. Ripping. Surfing well. Close out. when the wave breaks at once, leaving no room to surf. Duck dive, getting through a breaking wave when paddling out to surf. Eat foam, to swallow water. Fakie, a bottom turn towards the white water and back again at speed. Front side, a surfing position where the surfer is facing the wave. Green room, the hollow part of a wave where the surfer is surrounded by water. Hype out, a wipeout on a reef. Leash lag dragged, getting dragged underwater by the leg rope. Ragdolled, to get tumbled by a wave. Schwack, the sound made by a surfboard when it hits the lip of a wave hard. Shoot the pipe, surfing into the barrel of a wave and making it out the other side. Spin cycled, when a surfer gets wiped out and spun around by a breaking wave. Steamer, a wetsuit. Turn and burn, to turn around quickly and catch a wave that comes up suddenly.
Surf Lingo Rap by Carlo Maserati.
Steamer on, duck dive, waiting for the set. Here comes an awesome wave, one I've got to get. Turn and burn, acid drop, bottom turn, schwack. Inverted aerials, front, side and back. Ripping in the green room, carving left and right. I nearly shoot the pipe, but not quite. I get closed out, wiped out, hyped out, axed. I get ragdolled, pounded and worked to the max. I get leash lag dragged, I get spin cycled too. I get dumped, I get munched, I get to eat foam stew. Here comes another set better than the last. Gotta get a new board and catch one fast.
Glossary. Binoculars. Handheld instrument that helps you to see faraway things up close. Extinct. No longer existing. Heat. A round of a contest to reduce the number of competitors in the final. Rip. A current of water that is dangerous because it flows out to sea. Sumatran tiger. A type of tiger that lives on the island of Sumatra in Indonesia.
Let's do the Whizzy quiz for Grom Com Day. Answer 10 questions correctly. See how long it takes. Type your name. Click on Start. Move the pictures into the order that they happened in the story. Fantastic! What does the abbreviation Grom Com mean? Yes, the abbreviation Grom Com means grommet competition. Brilliant! What is a grommet? Yes, a grommet is a young surfer. Great work. What is MAL short for? Yes, MAL is short for a Malibu surfboard. Brilliant. Drag 4 words with the R vowel sound, as in Carlo, onto the picture. Yes, start, charter, far and bar have the R vowel sound, as in Carlo. That's great. Drag the word with the opposite meaning into the box. Yes, happiness has the opposite meaning to sadness. Yes, faster has the opposite meaning to slower. Yes, whispered has the opposite meaning to screamed. Yes, winner has the opposite meaning to loser. Great work. Move the pictures to match the words. Binoculars. Stall. Malibu surfboard. Prize giving. Awesome! Revise the 10 mistakes in these sentences. Click Go when you have finished. Great work. Drag an adverb into the box. Yes, highly is an adverb. Great work. Drag a verb into the box. Yes, scored is a verb. Well done. Drag a noun into the box. Yes, wave is a noun. Fantastic. Drag a pronoun into the box. Yes, his is a pronoun. Great work. Fantastic. Drag and drop the caption to match the character. Kylie. Doris! Doris is caught in a rip. Harry. How do you know that, Stace? You haven't even got a computer. Benji. I suppose he deserved a bit of luck after what happened to him in the raft race. Pumpkin. Hey, Carlo. I thought you needed a surfboard, not an aircraft carrier. Yes. Let's make a spelling game. Type your name and click on Next. Look at these sentences from Grom Com Day. See all the blue words? Choose 5 of the blue words for your spelling words. Gentle. Breeze. Swell. Organised. Extinct. Click on Make Game to play the bubble spelling game. Roll over the word bubble to hear the word. Rabbit. Roll over the sentence bubble to hear the word in a sentence. The rabbit hopped across the paddock. Type the word. If you want to make a correction, press the delete or backspace button on the keyboard. Click Go and your letter bubbles will float into the big bubble. Click on Play. Now spell the 5 words to win. Type the first word and click on Go. Gentle. According to WaveRave, there's a gentle 10 km/h offshore breeze and a 1.2 metre southeast swell with Type the next word and click on Go. Breeze. According to WaveRave, there's a gentle 10 km/h offshore breeze and a 1.2 metre southeast swell with Type the next word and click on Go. Swell. According to WaveRave, there's a gentle 10 km/h offshore breeze and a 1.2 metre southeast swell with Type the next word and click on Go. Organised. Carlo waxed his board while Maddie organised the rest of us. Try again. Organised. Type the last word and click on Go. Extinct. She decided we should raise money to save the Sumatran tigers from becoming extinct. Brilliant! You've spelled 5 words correctly. Now play again and choose another 5 words, or get a certificate. Silly story writer. Write a silly story for Grom Com Day. Follow the instructions to write your silly story, then click Next. Great job! A new sport is born. A silly story from Grom Com Day. Now you can read your silly story. Click on Edit if you need to make any changes. Click on Print if you're happy with the story.